Good evening. We are live. This is Attorney Vincent Davis, and this is The Secret: How to Fight CPS and Win. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Miss G, all the way from Los Angeles County, California. Miss G with the new hairstyle, looking pretty good there. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And we have Mr. Darren Guy. Mr. Guy, all the way from Maine. Mr. Guy, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well, Mr. D. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. I see we have a special guest. I don't want to mispronounce that. Is it Tamoris or Ta Morris?
I'm
It's
all
Tim Morris. Tim
Tamoris.
Morris.
Okay.
T-A capital M, so Tim Morris.
All right. How are you, Tamoris?
I'm doing all right. Thank
All
you.
right. So where are you coming from?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay. What's going on with you and CPS in Minnesota?
Well, actually, I had talked to you briefly one time since August of 2022, and the mother had this is what's going on. The mother ended up going to a bar with my child at 1:30 in the morning in Wisconsin and got him took. And I got the call that morning. I dealt with the situation from August to October. Family came involved and they wasn't getting money out of it that type of way. Also tried to I ain't gonna get into those details yet. Anyway, he went to foster care in October. I stayed there fighting until I had talked to you and you had a friend of yours call me and me and him had talked. I'm sorry, I apologize. I forgot his name at the moment. And me and him had talked and I learned about the ICPC. So I reported the ICPC, which nobody for 2 months, the whole time didn't tell me. I didn't do research. I didn't know nothing about it. So I did the ICPC. They prolonged it until I want to say like January 2023. So I was getting on patient, trying to save money, running the business, working two jobs. I lost the jobs, let jobs go. This situation drove me crazy for 2 months. So I started back working from August, started back working in October. So what I did was this is crazy or not, I ended up calling CPS, like on myself. But what I did was I called him and just talked to him and kind of explained the situation. And they gave me some ideas too, tactics I actually used on Wisconsin. Then I was also still trying to get in touch with you. And your friend, he called me again. I called him. We had talked again, and that was about it. So I was just taking all the advice and things I can do to get him. And then the mother called the DWI in March 2023. At the time, I spent all my money and like 6 to 10,000. I got a place. I did everything that North Dakota asked me to do, that Wisconsin Superior asked me to do. I'm thinking I'm on the road. I got Vince Davis, your advice. I'm sorry, the other guys' advice, and I was calling around everywhere, just steady watching some of your videos, doing research. So I got CPS here, like you're doing good, everything's fine. They're ready to check my home. Wisconsin Superior never sent North Dakota, that CPS worker, the information for the ICPC. They kept putting me on hold about it. They was doing the same thing to her. I kept harassing them and calling them a lot about it. And then they said that I was not off the loop. They were going to reunify the baby pretty much with me. Said the mom was still an option to be reunified with after she even got a DWR in March in 2020. While I'm getting a place, I have a place, got everything in order, everything going that they asked me of for both states. So April and May comes. So April comes, they're prolonging it. Then they say, hey, look, well, we're going to give him back to the mom. He's going back May 20th. I was upset about it, said how I felt about it, but then I was just happy he was just going to be out of there. Just let him go home. Me and her going to work this out, and I'll just get my son. Thinking she's going to do the right thing. That's honest, the truth. So April comes, May comes. She calls me No, social workers, everybody in Superior, Wisconsin calls me. It seems like good news. He's going home. This is the day he's going home. They're informing me, telling me stuff. But a lot that they did, I know they violated my rights a lot, in a lot of ways. It's a whole different topic. So at this point, I'm just happy my son's going to go back to the mom. It's been 10 months. So I can only talk to him on Wednesdays, once a week. Sometimes they took those visits. Sometimes they started something with me. Sometimes they said the audio wasn't working. So I'll miss a week. A week after that, I called 5 minutes late one time, like 3:03. I took off every Wednesday for work to do this, and they took my visit for that. Like things happened. I couldn't get on the internet at one point. Anyway, May 19th comes. She calls me 2 o'clock in the morning. And at first, I was using two phones. She woke me up. I had to go to work that morning. That's long story short. She was being abused. I recorded everything and what her boyfriend was doing to her, and that she lied to CPS, admittedly lied to CPS to make sure our son came home to her, so she wouldn't report her domestic abuse. To have the police come to her house, and then he couldn't come home, even though I never knew none of this. The truth. So in my mind, he's coming home to me. But the mom is still a reunification option. They switched it up on me at the last minute. I record all this stuff May 19th for up to like 6 hours off and on record audio. So May 20th, she calls me. CPS comes to her house. Also, the domestic abuse. She kicked the back door and all this. But they don't see none of this. I got to record on the 19th. They come over on May 20th. They drop my son off. I'm on the phone hearing them dropping my son off. He's with the mom. I'm happy. I'm feeling a lot better. Okay, so then she started talking to me on May 20th. I was scheduled to come actually June 2nd to pick him up 2023. So I went there to Superior, Wisconsin, drove there on May 21st, Saturday. And when I get there, I'm visiting my son. Right away in the conversation, I got a witness there too, and my 8-year-old there. Hey, I need you to just take your son with you. All this stuff is still going on. I saw the back door kicked in with my own eyes. And I saw he told my kid's room. She covered up everything for CPS. She covered it up. I don't know how they didn't see it. They dropped him off on the 20th. I'm there on the 21st. Next thing you know, she's like, well, you can take your son. He can go with you. We're at the park. I videoed the park, everything, some conversation. We're at the park. Can you take your son? He can go with you. I'll give you the birth certificate, social security card, his clothes, then you can just bring him back around August, around her birthday. I was like, we'll talk about it. And inside, I'm like, yes, I'll take my son, of course. So I went to her house around the corner from the park, Superior, Wisconsin, and I got him. She gave me a birth certificate, all the stuff. And as she was doing it, every move was a surprise. I came to visit him. Then she started telling me, going over what was going on with her. So I came in a vehicle, not in my Silverado. So I came in another vehicle and couldn't even put everything in, but I just stuffed everything in there. It's four-wheeler. She gave me everything. It's facts. It's proof. So I took him. Me and her, I was going to bring him back in August. So when I brought him back, he saved me from May 21st, June 21st, July 21st, and then she's telling me that she let her boyfriend back. And I just couldn't allow that, what she told me, and the recording of him arguing with her, and that she took me back over the decision of CPS again, harming our child, what happened. And I was being told by different people and some resources to file back in June on her about the evidence in May. And I'm thinking, we're going to work it out. She's not going to, do anything. And I got my son now. So when she told me she let the guy back in the house and that they were cool and that she felt everything was going to be okay, I couldn't accept that she fell for that. So I went to go file, but then when me and her started talking, and then a long story short, okay, look, she was texting me and everything too. So somehow I just let her, believed in her in some way, and that it was going to work, and that I was going to just get my son and I was going to take him and get him back besides that situation. So she ended up kind of pretty much filing before me or at the same time. But the way it came out was I was talking to her about it and why I was doing it, but she don't even know I got the audio right now. She don't know I got any of that. It's a lot to explain. So anyway, she ended up sending the police to my house because I didn't bring him back for August, and I was explaining to her what was going on. And there was sort of agreement at that time when she did that. When she got to sending the police there and my paperwork was in, she stayed like 2 blocks away in Wisconsin where the courthouse at. Either way it go, her paperwork must have just got in a little before mine's or whatever. Mine's is in now. So now I'm getting, the police stopped coming to my house for under 2 weeks, like almost 2 weeks straight. It was over 10 days. I called CPS in North Dakota. She had the same person I talked to before about this case earlier this year. She said, don't get the child back. It seems like I'm doing everything good. She said, keep the child, and nothing's on her desk. She hasn't got anything filed. She's not going to do anything and couldn't give me certain advice or say anything, sort of, too, basically, for the most part. But she did say what she said. So then I called CPS, the lady in Superior, Wisconsin County. She said she wasn't doing anything making a case last week. My child's not even there. He's not in their county. And that don't seem like I'm doing anything wrong neither. She said that too. And nothing was on her to do anything to me. She said, don't worry about it, pretty much, honestly. So cool. Just within the last 5 days, the police from Superior, Wisconsin, she called like the chief over the police. I recorded that. I got that conversation. He called me and said he's not doing any kidnap charges. He was just trying to get me to bring the kid back. And I'm like, my son's not safe. I let him hear some of the audio. He's hearing everything that's going on. It's real. He's hearing it. I played it. So then he's like, he's not doing anything. He's not doing any kidnapping charges. I recorded that. I asked him that question in a different way about the charges, like, I'm the father, what's going on? And I recorded that conversation. So he wanted me to send him or email him whatever information I had. That was last Friday. So I didn't end up emailing him or giving him anything. Some guy said he called me saying he's a lawyer, gave me his name and stuff from there, and that I have to get the kid back in 60 days. No, 6 months. Then he was saying I'm under 3 months. And then he was stumbling over what he was saying, so I could tell he was saying stuff but not trying to give me no information, and I was catching on to it. So I didn't know about the 6-month situation. Then I was on live with you guys yesterday, and it came up again. So now they, I'm sorry, I'll probably skip a few things. Now the lawyer sent me a letter today saying, petitioner, my name and stuff, in 30 minutes to out of Superior. He was sending me a letter about really half a paragraph about bringing the kid back. And then I had just noticed it later. Then he sent me one that looks like by the courts, date signed today, look like the real Douglas County place. And I got to get the kid back by September 1st. So I had called him, and the conversation didn't go good. And then he was saying they're going to do felony charges on me and all that, bring my child back September 1st. And these documents don't even actually look legit to me, kind of, really. I don't see no stamps or whatever. And that's not what I want to do. That's not what I don't want to do that or get any charges. I don't want to get any charges, and I don't want to take my son back. And all the evidence. I have a lawyer maybe in a public defender, and they be like, I want to say like Wednesday, maybe. They said a couple of days. I did this Monday. And there's reasons why I'm kind of really behind on it. And I can't fight with felony charges, or if something stupid did happen, I want to take them back. And then they said I got court September 19th. I want to present all my evidence. So what I did was call the lawyer that was on the case when I was calling you guys, Vince. And I just thought of him the other day, and I forgot yesterday, and I called him today and left a message. Maybe he can jump right on it. He's in Superior. He's right in that county. He was also in on the ICPC, and I got some information on him where he agreed that they were neglecting the case, that he felt things wasn't right. He was like a lawyer that came in on something else hired by them in that county. So he was in and he was out. So I think that's why he was giving me a little bit of information about what he felt was wrong. And I really had to confront him about it. I was on him. I confronted everybody, everything, probably a little bit too far, but I got my information. I do got my child. And this paper says I have to take him back. It's on my phone on September. And I'm thinking about doing that. I really don't want to do it. It's been a hard day for me today when I read that. It didn't go good. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing it. And if I do it, go to court on the 19th, still build up on the lawyer, get all my evidence and all my information together. I think this is what I think they're up to. She even texted me the other day, said all the stuff I said about her and the reports that I got on her and everything that's getting to her and through the county there, that she said that they're saying she's an unfit mother now. And I told them things that's going on. So she said that she could be telling the truth or lying. I think she's telling the truth. So what I think is, what I don't understand what she's doing at all. I think they're trying to get me to get him back there So they can go right that day, just attack her and then take my son again, and then have all these allegations on her. And I'm back in the same position. I'm out in North Dakota. I'm in another state. He's back there. I took him back. He gets took by CPS again by them. They make it even harder for me to get him back. And then I got everything positive and good in my corner right now. Not far. I won't say it like that, but I'm saying as a good father and everything that's going on. Even though I know that don't mean anything in them circumstances of what we battling right now. I'm just saying, like, and some people behind me, I don't want to take them back. I just don't. If they up to that, I feel like if it's God, if it's meant, I'm gonna go to court on the 19th. I'm gonna get him. I'm a strong person. I'm gonna get him back. Like, they're gonna see who I am. They're gonna see what's going on, and they're gonna give him back. Or I'm gonna lose this 500,000 battle with, or all the other kids and everybody and all of us, our pain and things we go through, and they're gonna take them. And I'm gonna have this fight. I'm not gonna stop fighting, but I'm getting tired. And it's my only kid. I didn't have to go through this like this at all. I didn't ever have to go through this. Like, so I understand. I'll just probably be all over the place if I keep going. But like, yeah, it's emotional, and I'm passionate about my kids. I love my kids, and they have done some wrong things. I really see it with my own eyes. I've been dealing with mad dads, fathers groups, young dads. I've been offered group positions. I pretty much know better. I've been fighting this stuff for a long time. Part of me, inside of me, still want to do this and just turn my life over to doing this for the youth, for people. Like, I'm serious. I get phone calls from family and people right now how to deal with this. This is a situation to me I feel like other people have gone through. And kids, I mean, not kids, but young men in my situation were strong enough. And they gave up not having the resources. And they had a lot of other reasons. I don't give excuses. They just did, and then they gave up. I don't give up. I never gave up like on nothing. I didn't give up. I think she did the right thing. I knew she did when she admitted things to me and gave me my son. But now she calling the police and no telling what she telling them, and everything else is. I've been through some. I understand and know people, not know people, but people do things in this world. People just, everybody ain't human. They like people that ain't got souls to understand they self. People do things. So it's a battle. It's a battle. It's a real battle.
Did you have any questions for us this evening?
Yes. I don't know if there's a way that you can see these documents tomorrow. Just look at them somehow. I mean, I don't feel I need to take my son back. Something ain't right. Like Miss G said some things that I was already thinking and knowing. Certain things that people said to me that's in that system, and I know they're up to something. I just feel like I don't rather him come take him from me and I go to jail. Because I don't want him to go back in no way on my behalf. It's like I'll die or go to jail for my son just to be safe. Is all I'm saying. That's it. But I don't want to not go, and I'm not scared of them or the lawyer or leaving this world. It's just that I feel like this about all my kids. If y'all knew me like that, I had battles like this, but not like this. But it's just for me to take care of it and survive this long. But this one here, people going through it that don't, going through worse. So my question, honestly, my question is there a way you can see these documents tomorrow? Should I give my son, take him back? Don't I got time?
I'm not really understanding your question. What do you mean, see the arguments?
They want me to bring him back September 1st, 2023. And I don't want to. And I had him like 3 months now. And if I got 6 months and I'm still doing research on some things, so I even take him.
Are you saying they're giving you the child back on September 1st?
No, I got my son. I had my son since May 21st. I'm sorry if I mixed up some things. I had my son ever since May 21st. She gave him to me May 21st. He came to my kid's mother May 20th. I got the recordings from May 19th. And I kept him.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 of my kids now.
Okay. And are they living with you right now?
Yes.
Okay. So what arguments are you trying to make if the kids are already with you?
She wants a 4-year-old back.
Who's she?
The mother of my child wants our son back. The same mother that put him in CPS and got all these charges going on. And I got the recording of saying, I need you to come get your son. I'm being abused. He's trying to kill me. And I have that recording. So I didn't take him back to her. And she's
are you in the CPS court or family law court?
The good question. I want to say both. I just know I believe the CPS court from Superior, Wisconsin, because she got the case going and it was CPS.
Okay. Miss G,
Yes.
can you help me out here? What's
Okay.
what's going on in this case?
He contacted the social worker, and they are telling him that everything looks okay. They're, that he's doing a good job and what have you. But his biggest fear is that they will come after his kids and remove them.
Is there an open CPS case?
Yes.
And he has his children in his custody?
His ex has it. No, why? He has the kids with him. He doesn't want to return the children because of the fear of the boyfriend threatening to kill the mother of the children.
Okay,
So,
what makes him think the kids are being sent back to the mother?
because the social workers are involved.
And said what?
Fishing. They're fishing. You know how they are. They're fishing. They're digging for things
Against him or against the mother?
against him, but they're not telling him that.
Oh, then he should not be talking to social workers without his lawyer then.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Okay.
That's when you interrupted us.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be talking to social workers without your lawyer.
Yeah, but you have to look for a juvenile dependency attorney tomorrow.
But that's what I ask you. If there's a CPS case open, he should have a court-appointed lawyer.
But why would he trust a court-appointed lawyer?
Because that's the only thing he has. Because that's the only thing he has.
I contacted him today, not thinking about him in the last week. It's really, I don't like the word complicated either. It's just like before she said what she said about getting back with him, and she never knew. Right now, I got this audio, so she's telling them there's no abuse. He's a cool guy, and nothing happened. And I know that they see that she's lying because they heard some of the audio. And like Miss G said, I told her they're telling me in both states, Superior, Wisconsin, and North Dakota, where I'm at, North Dakota, not to give them back. And I'm not doing anything wrong. And they don't have, the one in North Dakota says she don't have anything on her desk. She's not doing anything. She can't give me legal advice or say too much of anything.
So I don't think he has a court order either, visitation court order in place. He doesn't have it.
Okay. Sir, do you have a court-appointed attorney in Minnesota? Yes or no?
No, I don't. I'm in North Dakota right now.
Am I imagining things? Did you tell me you're from Minnesota?
No, I'm born and raised. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm in North Dakota, right now.
Oh, okay. And your case
I
is in
resign here with my address. The case with my child is in Superior, Wisconsin, from the situation with the mother. If it's starting to sound familiar with you, I talked to you one time. He talked to a lot of people. This was back in probably November, so I talked to you a while ago, maybe January. But anyways, yes, they were okay. This is what happened too. Then when they gave him back to her, May 19, 2023, it was something about she was supposed to keep him a certain amount of times, or he couldn't leave state.
Hold on. I'm very confused.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so let me ask you questions, short questions, and you give me short answers. How about that? Okay?
Yep.
Okay. What state is your CPS case in?
Superior, Wisconsin.
Okay. In that case, didn't the court give you a court-appointed attorney? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And you have that attorney's email and contact information?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what you should do. If you're not going to hire a private attorney, you're going to have to work with your court-appointed attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Because you don't know enough about the law and evidence and procedure to represent yourself. So the key is to try to work with the attorney. Okay?
I agree.
When you're let's say you're in battle, okay? and you get wounded severely, all right, all they got is a medic on the battlefield. They don't have a doctor. But you got to work with the medic or you're probably going to die. Same thing with, same thing with these attorneys. You got to go with the attorney you have and the attorney you can afford. It's not Johnny Cochran. Let's not get fool ourselves, okay? There was a case in California that basically said, and I'm using my own words, when you get a court-appointed attorney, you're not entitled to Johnny Cochran. So don't think you're going to get Johnny Cochran. You got to work with that attorney to figure out what's best for you. Okay? So have you tried to talk to the attorney and explain to him or her that you think the social workers are trying to take the kids away from you? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Well, after this show, what I want you to do is get on the computer and write an email to your attorney. Explain to your attorney what you need, what you want, and what you think is happening. And ask that attorney for the help. Okay? Because he's not going to figure it out by himself if you don't tell him.
I will do that. And I made a mistake because I thought of him over the weekend and just dealing with it, not just like my way. And I just thought of him over the weekend. So I just called him today and left a message, and no excuses. There was just a slight reason why I believe I prolonged it this long to work something out with her without doing this. She took it to another level.
No. You're making the biggest mistake ever I see people make all the time.
Yeah.
And that is, that lady I don't live with and I got divorced from? Let me see if I can trust her in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to be pulling a knife out of your back. You're not with her for a reason. You understand that?
Yeah.
You're not with her for a reason. So that reason probably has something to do with your ability to get along with her or her ability to get along with you, trust issues, blah, 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 blah. All of those problems between the two of you are going to become magnified. They're going to become worse in a courtroom setting, in a court case setting. Do not do anything on your own without your attorney. Don't do it. You think, I meet so many people on the phone, in person, on Zoom. They actually think that they can figure out a legal strategy that's going to work. And most of the time, 90% of the time, maybe 95, they're completely wrong. But, it's your life, your kids, your family. Do whatever you want to do. You don't have to take my advice.
And the last,
Even if you were here in California and you told me this story and I was representing you, I would still tell you the same thing. People, it's hard for people to understand that they can't go through this maze by themselves. That's not the American way. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Me?
I'm sorry, Miss G. One second, I want to say almost 3 weeks now, I did go file emergency guardianship, and I went down places here to talk to them to deal with it from here, and learned that I should have dealt with it from the get-go back in May, at least the 22nd, 23rd, and then I should have dealt with it in Superior, Wisconsin, and I should have thought of my attorney that was actually on that case. And I didn't until the last week now. And then I was doing all the emergency custody papers and filing papers to keep my child here. And her first move was basically call the police and send them to my house. And then she got ahead with the paperwork. And I made some mistakes, proper ways about I should have really handled that. And again, thank you. And that's why I'm here. And once I get all this done and get my son and make sure I deal with this case the proper way. I'm gonna show and teach people like definitely not to make the mistakes I did and conduct the whole thing. Yes.
Morris, I want to say something. You can probably make a list of things not to do,
Yeah.
but with all due respect, you can't make a list of things to do. And those are different things. And the reason why you probably can't do it is because you don't have the legal experience to do it.
Right.
So one of the things, and every once in a while I talk to Mr. Guy about this. You're going to see things on the internet that people are selling and telling you they're going to work in CPS court. Even Darren bought something on the internet for $49.95.
Yes, sir.
It's BS. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Everyone thinks, it's America. I should be able to represent myself and the court should do right by me.
Mhm.
That's what people think.
Mhm.
I don't blame them, but it's not like that at all. It's like, hey, the doctor told you, oh, you need open heart surgery. You go on Google, figure it out, and give yourself open heart surgery. Would you do that?
Of course not.
Right. Of course not. You know why? You don't have the experience or the education. You're probably a very smart guy, but without experience and education in cardiac surgery, you're done. You're going to kill yourself. So why do people think they can represent themselves in court? I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to figure some things out, and I'm going to go into court and represent myself, or come up with a strategy to get my kids back. Why? Because it's America. Everything's right and just. It doesn't work like that. I give this example, and I'm not exaggerating. Will a person who represents themselves ever win in court? The answer is yes, about 1 out of 1,000 times. A very small percentage. The stars will align the right way, and they'll win. But when you're talking about the custody and lives of your children, do you want to bet on the less than 1% chance that you're going to win?
I mean, no, you don't want to like make that bet. You want to go about the proper way. You don't want to make that
Right.
bet.
You want to call your attorney, and fortunately or unfortunately, it's your court-appointed attorney, and ask him or her for some advice.
I've been surviving out here, and some things the way it came, I didn't even think about him like right away, and I don't know why. But
Me either.
yeah,
Well,
I
that
don't.
should have been your
I don't.
He's your
should have been your first one.
lifeline, Morris. He's your lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't a case. It wasn't nothing until she made that move with the police, and I had my kids. I guess I should have called him when I had the audio right away. I didn't attack right away. But yeah, I definitely understand and definitely agree. You gotta have the knowledge. Get some things under your belt. In a position to just have a lawyer. Call the lawyer you was dealing with. I definitely understand. Yeah, just it's a smart thing to remember for number one. That would have been best for me to do.
Looks like we
Well,
lost
it's like
Miss
the only
G.
thing you got to remember for number one.
Darren, do you have any questions or comment for Morris?
Miss G, we're gone.
She's out. I guess I'm going to reiterate with Mr. Davis here. Don't listen to what all these people on the internet will tell you. I mean, look, everybody's into this. This is a huge, untapped financial entity on the private side. There's a lot of room for people to be making money. You got people that are, they'll do anything for them. They'll do anything to get their kids back. So you have a ton of people on this internet web thing here that we've got that are trying to promote that they know what's going on. They're saying that they're advocates. They know the laws. They got a remedy. But the first thing you should ask any of these people is ask them if they have their kids back, or ask them if they've gotten their kids back, because they're all going to float you with all of these things. And look, you can't blame these people for trying. You cannot. And that's, but the only sure thing is to contact people who know what they're doing and let them do the job, man. And I mean, because Mr. Davis has done this for a ton of time, and I bet you he still learns every day. So
Every day.
you got to listen.
Every day.
You got to listen. Right. You got to listen to these people and take the chip on the shoulder and take that off and throw it on the floor, because you don't always know everything. You don't always know what's right and wrong. And that goes for anybody. And look, I'm one of those people that will say that, like I know for a fact, look, I thought going up against CPS and doing a podcast and, listening to the people on the internet and this, that, and this, and I thought that was going to be the best thing in the world. Guess what? I don't have my daughter, so, I mean, if anything, take it from that, if I would have known what I know now, then things would have been different, but I don't. So that's all. And just do the right thing.
Hey, to Morris, one of the reasons why I have people like Mr. Guai and Miss G on the phone, on the shows, because they've been through it. They've been through what you're going through. The heartache, the pain, the learning curve. They've been through it. And I have them on the show so that you will know that there's people all over the country just like you. Mr. Guai's coming from Maine.
Yes, indeed.
Miss G's coming from, we lost her again. Miss G's coming from Southern California. And as hard as it is for you to believe this, because I do cases all over California and I've done cases in other states, the arguments, the tactics, they're all the same. They're all the same. CPS is a money-making organization and business in this country. I know people hate to say that or hear it or deal with it, but it is. I'm going to be honest with you. It is. You go to court, and everybody thinks, oh, they're going to protect kids. I would say easily that is not the number one concern. Easily.
Yeah, they have showed me that. I've seen that before the situation in May when I got my son. I was
A lot of people ask me, well, what is it? It's not just the money. It's social engineering. It's some social worker who has a master's degree or a bachelor's of science who believes that they know best for each of you parents out there. And it's not true. Not true. Miss G, we lost you. We got you back. Anything you want to say to Mr. Tamoris before we leave?
Tamaris, I just wanted to ask you for the last 20 minutes. Is the mother of the children the same mother for all 10 of them or no?
No.
Okay. So
we have one.
She's the youngest child's mother, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it. What about the oldest one, the 7? I think you mentioned 7. I'm not sure.
My 8-year-old.
8-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, she's going through a situation, and I have him too. I had him since October last year, and I had him majority of the time out of 8 years. Anyway, yeah, I got him too, and she doesn't do that. She pretty much works with me, and I'm looking out
Be
for
careful with
myself.
this one. So just be careful with that one, even though he's from a different mom and what have you. But you have to be very careful, and you have to take us serious, because a lot of people tend to think that they can go against the system because they're good parents or God is with them. But also God said, don't be stupid. God sends people to help you and to help others, but they refuse the help. Okay. They refuse the help. Just like the story we all hear about the man, drowning in the ocean. God sends him so many people to help him after he asked God for help, and he turned everyone away. And when he died, he asked God, he said, why didn't you help me? He said, I sent you so many people, but you refused the help. So we can't just sit around and say, okay, well, God also told us to be wise. And this is your children's lives. This is your children's well-being. So you need to take this very serious. And if you need to look for an attorney in your state, as Attorney Davis always says, and always get a juvenile dependency attorney. Never, ever, ever think a criminal law attorney can help you or a family law attorney can help you. Okay?
So it's a CPS attorney?
It's a CPS defense attorney or juvenile dependency. You can Google for both, but oftentimes you'll see like a whole list of CPS attorneys. You call them and they're like, oh, no, we're not doing CPS laws. But why in the hell are you listed as CPS attorney? Get it? So I don't know what's going on with Google, but they're crazy. And I'm so tired of it because they don't give you the accurate information. So by the time I'm done with a list of 100 attorneys, I get two out of them that's doing juvenile dependency cases. Get it? So
Yeah,
you have to call them. You have to keep calling them and talk to them. Talk to them and make sure that they didn't just graduate from law school 2 years ago. And
yeah,
all of a sudden they're doing CPS cases because it takes years and years and years to perfect your something. It's you to be perfect in something or be great in something that you love. Get it? So it takes a
definitely.
while. Yeah, yeah. So it's not that easy to fight them. So be very mindful, please.
I will.
Because
Thank you.
Hey, to Morris, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us. I hope you will keep us posted. We're looking for people to join us in a nationwide fight to rock the vote, so to speak, against CPS and against those judicial officers who are not family friendly. And we have captains in each state, captains in each county. We're trying to get captains in cities. Would you be interested in helping us? Because if you are, Grace at Vincent W. Davis will be contacting you, and you can join the movement. Elections coming up in November, so we got to get going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's part of my purpose, Dan. And while we're here, I'm in. I'll join.
Okay,
We have to
perfect.
do some more research on it, but I'm in.
Grace, I hope you
All
heard
right.
that. Our executive producer, she'll be contacting you tomorrow.
All right.
Also, tomorrow, I have to ask you, are you joining us on Saturday in our Zoom seminar? First Saturday of every month, we have a Zoom seminar. And you can register for it if you see the screen at the very bottom. You could register for it at Calendly.com, Vincent W. Davis Consultations. Go there and register. It's going to be a day full of packed information, and it's going to be attorneys from different states. Right, Miss G?
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what?
We're going to have attorneys from different states doing
Well,
presentations.
let me talk about that for a second, since we're on live. Okay, all the attorneys that says on Google search that they're CPS attorneys, you call them and they're not actually CPS attorneys. They don't. 50% of them are personal injury attorneys and family law attorneys, and it's not what you think. There's not that many CPS attorneys, defense attorneys in the United States. Even if they were doing it, they're no longer doing it. So I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna work on it. But I'm just letting you know the obvious right now. Okay?
Well, you know what, Miss G. Here's the thing. Out of the 100 that you have on your list that you've made, you've researched, you're going to get less than 5.
Yeah, less
But
than.
you're not going to know until you call.
You're right.
There's no other way to do it.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't want you to call them. A lot of them don't have a phone number. They want you to enter your information
Right.
in the system, meaning you email them from their own. They have like I guess a CRM system, I guess, that they pay for, where they don't let you call. They just want you. They want to trap you by getting your information, so your phone number, your name, et cetera, et cetera. So what I do is I put my phone number, my work number, my name, and then I put the law office of Vincent Davis in the comment, and then let them know what the reason is that I'm trying to
Mhm.
contact them. Like
Okay.
what I'm trying to
But
reach.
it's just one of those things. It's a numbers game.
Right.
You got to go through 100 to find 3. That's
Yeah.
the only way to do it.
And that's why I feel bad for people who are trying, because they're right when they're justified when they said that, hey, Miss G, we called so many attorneys, none of them do CPS cases.
Right.
So I believe them now. It's a lot.
Right.
A lot.
It's an area of law that a lot of lawyers don't practice in for many different reasons. Many different reasons. Hey,
Yeah.
to Morris, I want to thank you again,
Yes.
my man. Sign up for the seminar. You're going to learn some stuff, and we'll be hearing from you on our fight to change and to vote, to rock the vote for November. Okay.
All right. Thank you, and hey, man, I appreciate it. And
All
you
right.
too, Miss G. Hey, D.
You the man. Get it done, baby.
Yeah, man, you too.
All
All right,
right.
Miss G. All right, Vince.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So we're getting close to the end of the show. Miss G, any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, I actually wrote a question here somewhere. Um, excuse me. Sorry. Hold on a second. So doing. All right. So doing your. Okay. So. Okay. So doing.
Oh, you know something, Darren? She's got the nice fresh haircut and hairdo and everything, the big hoop rings. She's smiling more tonight.
That's because I've been working out.
Oh, okay.
Works out.
You look like you look like you've dropped a few lbs there, Miss G.
From the
Oh,
nose
Jesus
or
Almighty. You
from
know
the
you
nose.
don't say that to a
No,
woman.
in the face.
Mhm.
In the face. Your face looks thinner.
I lost 9.2 pounds.
Congratulations. How long?
3 weeks.
That's great.
Mhm.
That's really great. How'd you do it?
Morning workout. So I go early in the morning at 5 and I do an hour and 20 minutes of workout. I come home, take a shower, quick shower. That's why I had to cut my hair short a little bit. Well, it wasn't supposed to be that short. It was supposed to be only to here. But she went overboard.
Oh, that's really cut off? I thought you
She
said it pulled
gave
back.
me- no, she gave me a style.
Oh,
But
wow.
And you did a little color job there too, huh?
no,
No?
same
Okay.
color. It just looks brighter because it's shorter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how I did it. Work out in the morning, drink plenty of hot water.
Hot
Early
water
in the, yep, 1 8-ounce glass of hot water.
with lemon or anything, or just straight
No,
water?
just straight water.
It's like
What
get
is
your
it?
fat
What does
melted or
that
something.
do? What does that do for you?
Cleanses your system completely, cleanses your system, and it burns tummy fat.
Really? God, I need some
My
of
You
that.
need to drink
stomach
a lot
been
of
there.
that hot water.
But what are you doing diet wise that's helping you?
Protein, like you said, we talked about this for a while, you and I.
Mhm.
Just protein diet. I stopped eating vegetables. I stopped eating fruits.
Why? What's that do?
You know what? I don't know. Davis had me, watch a YouTube video of somebody he knows that lost a lot of weight doing that. So I followed the video. I didn't really ask questions. But
Sugar
it
or something
works.
like
It
that?
works. Yeah, it works because I used to eat fruits, a
Yeah.
lot. I
I eat
my fruit was strawberry and raspberries.
Mhm.
So I used to
Yep.
love that. But Davis said cut it out. We argued about that for a while, and then but listening to him actually pays off. Not in
So
everything, but
Darren, the reason why I told her that is because what I learned was, if you're just going to be in the fat loss mode, right?
Yep.
Cut out the sugar including the fruits,
Okay.
and you go strictly, with protein. So there's a couple diets that you can, talk about high protein. There's something called keto, and there's something called carnivore, and there's something in the middle called keto-based carnivore. And if you just Google that or just YouTube search that, you can come across some very interesting videos with people, nutritionists, doctors, who are all commenting about carnivore, keto-based carnivore, and keto diets.
mhm.
Somebody told me that these carnivore-based diets are just a copy of the old Atkins diet from decades
That's my
ago.
mom's diet right there.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is. I remember decades ago I had a friend that was on Atkins and he was losing crazy weight. And I said, "What are you eating?" He said, "Bacon."
Bacon. That's my mom's same thing. I can eat as much bacon as I
Right.
But how
Well,
can
want.
you eat bacon and lose weight though?
but he only ate bacon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Yeah.
and he lost
Yep.
a ton of weight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to keep it off, but he lost a ton of
Right,
weight.
because there's a way you have to go about it. There's a way you have to do it. Like you can only eat it for a month or something, but then you got to transition your diet to a normal.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
because
right.
I don't think you can eat bacon forever as much as it would be awesome.
So,
Yeah, but bacon is not good for your cholesterol.
well, apparently that's what they say, but some people theorize that that's not accurate. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor. I don't know. I'm just telling you what some of these videos say. It's kind of fascinating watching some of the videos and the different theories that they have. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. It's about,
Yeah.
it's about stuff I've never even heard about.
And actually, working out early in the morning is better. You burn fat the whole entire day. Your metabolism works a lot better and faster when you work out early in the morning. A lot of people don't think that. But before you eat breakfast, you got to work out. But drink the water, work out, and you're gonna see results right away. Actually,
Very
right
good.
away.
Did you know that your attitude is set by the first 15 minutes of your day? So whatever you hear when you first wake up into that first 15 minutes will set your tone for the entire day.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's why I stopped calling Davis early in the morning. I make sure that so my day can be peaceful. Just kidding. Just
All
joking.
right. Anyway, so you had some question to ask me
Back in
before
the
we
ranch.
sign off?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So my question is this. Actually, it's a PNC question. She has her trial tomorrow. She's a mother. She has her trial tomorrow, and her court appointed attorney was not doing a good job, so she hired an attorney, and that attorney is not responding to her. But she paid him like $10,000. She paid her rather $10,000 to take over the case. Then that attorney backed out on her today, like literally today. Um, the case is in Sacramento, California,
Was
and
there a reason?
she just told her she chooses not to give her a reason, that she can cancel the contract anytime within, like, I guess she hired her like 48 hours ago, so she canceled her contract today in the morning. So she called me. She's watching the show. She called me and she was frantic, and she didn't know what to do. And I told her to I give her your Calendly link, the new one that Grace sent me, and she said she was gonna book an appointment with you, but I'm not sure if she did or not. But again, her question was, it's her trial. So there's one hearing that went, and then the second hearing is a trial hearing, pre-trial hearing. So she wants to know if she can ask the judge in that pre-trial hearing to give her time to find an attorney, another
Yeah.
attorney.
Yeah, you can, and most judges will.
Okay. Okay. Then
Most judges will.
she's listening. She's
Not
watching.
all. No, let me make. I want to make this sure. Not all judges will, but most judges will.
Okay. All right. So
Well,
she heard that already.
okay, Mr. Guai, any questions or comments before we close out the evening?
No, I'll just reiterate the fact that we're 4 days away from first Saturday, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Miss G.
Okay. So I want to tell everyone, sorry to interrupt you, but I want to tell everyone, parents out there, I've been looking at it, and I've been looking at all the great things on the seminar. There is a lot of benefit in that seminar for you guys as well. There's a lot of stuff that will help you a great deal with your case. So if you guys have any questions and you think it's too much to sign up, it's really not too much. It's best to sign up. It's I don't know how much it is, but I think it's like 39 or 49. I don't remember.
It's well worth whatever they pay. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. You'd have to go.
Yeah. It's like 39 or 49. Yeah. You gotta go to the link and look at it. But I'm working on all this today and yesterday, actually last night, and it's gonna benefit you a great deal. I wish we had that back in the day when when I was dealing when I was dealing with my case as well. But take advantage of it. And if you need me, just call me. The number is on the screen.
Hey, Darren.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I want to let you know that this first Saturday is going to be a Miss G production,
Oh, okay. All right.
and we're going to see how good it turns out.
All right.
Wow.
So
I'm sure it'll be fabulous.
if you can help her at all, send her a text or email. By the way, Miss G, I need you to call Okori Okorocha. I am sure. Well, I'm relatively sure that he'll come on again. I think he'll come on every time we ask him.
Yeah, I
The
love questioning him too, man. Whew, I love it.
The only thing that will stop him if it, because it's the weekend holiday, a 3-day holiday. But all we're asking for is an hour.
Where are you going to be? That you're putting me on my spot. So where are you going to be, Your Highness?
I'm gonna be there watching you.
Oh no, you're going to
Jumping
be
in.
watching me from your pool party. That's what you're going to be watching me at.
No, not at all.
Mm.
Well, that's what
Saturday.
you mean by this. That's what you meant by this time. You're going to do less talking, so you're not even going to be there.
No, I am going to be there. I'm going to be there, the whole time with
You're
everyone.
going to be at a pool party.
That's Miss G.
There it is. Look at that. Looks like the app that I see. That's what I was talking about. When the tail goes by, there's an app on Messenger that you can get a little cat tail to go by.
But if it's a shitty production, we now know who we can blame.
It's always you need someone to blame at all times.
Yeah, at least it won't be the fat kid.
You know what? I'm getting used to the blame, so I'm not going to take it. I used to take it personal, but I think it's best not to take life too personal. I think you just need to laugh at things, even when you're dying.
You're not here for a long
I
time.
may have told you this before, Miss G, but Darren, I don't think I've told you. Many years ago, there was an attorney who worked for me, and I won't name his name, but he told me one time, he says, Vince, you threw me under the bus. And I just looked at him, and he goes, and you know what? It was really crowded under there.
That's a good one. I like that.
All right, folks. We'll see everyone tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Hey, you know what? I may not be here tomorrow night. Would you guys want to do a live show together? Maybe bring somebody else on and the 2 or 3 of you do the show? Or would you guys like to run a rerun?
Oh, let's do a show.
We'll talk about it.
So you guys just let me know.
There's nothing to talk about. Either you will do it live without me or you won't. Darren, you can do it by yourself if Miss G doesn't want to do it.
I'll do it. Whatever we got to do. The show must go on.
All righty. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Someone will.
7 p.m. Pacific time. All righty. Bye-bye.